Hi everyone. Are you tired of having to organize and manage all those PDFs you have for all your MTP courses? Or what about having to digitally transcribe all your handwritten notes for all the papers that you read? Or what about having to manually write the references at the end of a paper or an assignment? In this video, I'm going to show you an open source reference manager application called Zotero that can alleviate a lot of these things for us. What can Zotero do for us? Well, the first thing we're going to be looking at is how we can import a source into Zotero and how it can automatically extract the metadata from that source. Things like the journal name or author name, the year that the article was published, the things that you would have to sort of manually extract yourself when you're writing your assignment, Zotero can take care of that for us automatically. The second thing we're going to be looking at is how we can store and organize our PDFs with Zotero so that they're automatically backed up to the cloud. This way you can go from working from your iPad to your laptop or your desktop seamlessly by having Zotero sync all of our articles within our collection for us. The third thing we're going to be looking at is how to read, highlight, and annotate articles directly within Zotero itself. The fourth thing we're going to be looking at is the Microsoft Word integration with Zotero so that we can have Zotero automatically generate citations and the reference list for us so that we never have to manually write a citation or a bibliography ever again. This is going to be part one of two. In part one, we're going to be looking at points 1 and 2, and in part two, we're going to be looking at 3 and 4.
All right, so to start, we're going to go to zotero.org and you'll find the big red download button in the middle. You can install that just how you would install any other application. And after you install it, what you can do optionally is click on login here on the top right, and you can register for a free account. Now, you don't have to, but if you do, that will enable you to use the free cloud sync feature, meaning if you have multiple devices that you'd like to use Zotero on, and you're logged in on both those devices, it'll sync your articles and sources between the two, which is a pretty handy feature I use all the time. So highly recommend that, but again, you don't have to. And so yeah, you're gonna install Zotero just like you would normally install an application, and once you do, you will open it up and you'll find something that looks like this. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I'm gonna create a new collection. So you can see I already have a collection there called MTP where I store all my MTP articles for all my classes. So here I'm going to call this demo, and I'm going to use this for demonstration purposes. So how do we add an article or a source into Zotero? There's a couple of ways we can do it. The first way is the manual way. You'll see the first button here is this big green new item button. We could click that and we could, let's say, we're adding a journal article or a book or something. But this way is very cumbersome because you have to type in every single field in yourself, the book name, the author, the year, if it's a journal, the volume and everything. So we want to try to have Zotero automate all this stuff for us. So we're not going to manually add an item, but what we can do is there's this magic wand button, and we can add items by identifier. So what is an identifier? So here it's telling us if we have an ISBN or a DOI or any of these other kinds of codes, we can use those codes to add the source to our library. So I happen to have one already copied, and so I'm going to paste it in here. I'm going to hit enter. And after a couple of seconds, you're going to see it has added my source, a revision of Bloom's taxonomy, an overview by Krathwohl. And on the right-hand side here, you'll see all of the metadata that Zotero was able to extract from this article. The name, the name of the article, the name of the author, the publication, the volume, the issue, pages, date. So all this great stuff here on the right that you don't actually have to manage manually yourself. If I expand this entry, then you'll see the actual PDF listed underneath. This is great if we, so we obviously want to read the PDF, so we can do that, and I'll show you how to do that later on, either in this video or in the next video. But I want to show you another way how we can add sources to our Zotero collection. So the first thing we did was we did add an item by the identifier. But another way that we can do it, if you don't know the identifier, you probably don't know an article's DOI number by heart. So most likely your teacher or resource person for your course is going to give you a list of readings for the course. And so what you can do is you can simply, so I have something here for one of the courses that I've taken. These are the list of readings for that course. So I can actually take, let's just say the first one, and I can just simply drag and drop it into Zotero like this. And you will see it automatically, again, identifies that it's a journal article. It extracts the title, the author. In this case, it extracted the abstract of the article. So, and again, the PDF is listed there. Now it's stored inside of Zotero itself. So this is a way that you can add sources into Zotero. Those are the two methods that I normally use. Either I drag and drop if I already have the PDF into Zotero, or if I know the DOI or the ISBN, I can click on this and enter it via the identifier. So you probably don't want to have all of your articles stored inside of one folder, because over time you're going to amass dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of articles. You can see here, if I go to my MTP collection, I've organized it by class. So I have a folder for each class. I mean, you could do it that way, or you don't have to do it that way. But just to show you how to create these folders and how to sort of get a more manageable structure, in my demo folder, I'm going to right click on it and I can say new sub collection, and that'll just make a new folder inside. Let's say I'm not going to be very original. I'm just going to call this demo 2. So demo 2 is now inside of demo. And then I can, say demo 3, which lives inside demo 2, demo 4, right? So this is how you can have nested folders inside of Zotero to manage all your articles. I'll go back to my demo folder. Another way to organize your articles in Zotero is by using tags. You can see there on the bottom left here, it says no tags to display. So what I could do, if I wanted to tag this article, let's say a revision of Bloom's taxonomy, I could go up here to tags and I could, give this a tag of, let's say, journal. Maybe I have a tag called to read. Maybe all the articles that I want to read, I can tag them with the to read tag. And I can say maybe, fundamentals, because Bloom's is a fundamental topic. So maybe I want to tag for all my sort of fundamental concepts sources. So now we have some tags down here, and so we can tag our other article that we added. So here we can say perhaps this is also a to read, and this is, I don't know, I'll make up something like documentation. The tags obviously are going to be very context specific to you. But the good thing so what you can gain by tagging, once you have many, many, many articles, is if you want to filter your articles by the ones, let's say, to read, you can click on that and it'll show you all the articles that you've tagged that you want to read. Let's say I want to show all my fundamentals. I'll click on fundamentals and it'll just show me all the articles I've tagged with that tag. Pretty straightforward, I hope. Another feature I'll mention is that cloud syncing feature I mentioned previously in the video. So remember, if you had made a account on Zotero.org, you can click register for free account. Then once you've made the account, what you can do back here in the application is go up to edit preferences. You're going to click on sync at the top. And under data syncing, I'm already logged in, which is why it's asking me if I want to unlink. But yours is probably going to say something like link account or log in. So you're just going to log in with the username and password that you created. And this is going to allow you to sync your articles are going to automatically sync between different devices you have. So if you have, a laptop and a desktop that both have Zotero installed, and you're logged into both of those Zotero applications with the same account, kind of like Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive, it'll take care of syncing all your articles and sources on both computers.
I hope you found that useful. In the next video, we're going to be looking at how we can read, highlight, and annotate PDFs, and also be exploring the Zotero Microsoft Word plugin so that we don't have to ever manually write out a citation or reference list ever again. Hope to see you in the next one.